So hello guys, in this short video, I'm very glad I could invite Sigrun. Sigrun, thank you for accepting the invitation. I know you're very busy, especially at the end of the year. Guys, I've got a treat for you because Sigrun is my mentor since 2018. That's the longest I ever stick with somebody. And there's a reason for that. Because every year, Sigrun provides a super duper gift for entrepreneurial ladies. Sigrun, I know your mission is accelerating gender equality through female entrepreneurship. And those words might sound really big, but it comes down to when we earn money doing our work while working from home, handling kids, handling all the rest of our lifestyle. We earn money and we truly make an impact. We truly can change the world. And each year, not only Sigrun does a whole bunch of work supporting us, and I'm one of those women on board of her many programs, and I'm a living testimonial of how her works. But also, every year, Sigrun gives us this gift of taking us behind the curtains of her paid programs and actually is gifting us with the most valuable masterclasses, not only one, but 12. I take part in 12 days of masterclasses every year, and this year is going to be 10th anniversary of this giveaway. Sigrun, if you could tell us a couple of words about what it is, this 12 days of masterclasses, what's the idea behind it?
Well, first of all, thank you for having me, Agnieszka. It's always a pleasure to speak to you. We had quite a journey together, I must say. And a lot of things have changed. 12 Days of Masterclasses started as a fun list building exercise. I had been doing weekly webinars for a while to build my email list. And then I had stuck the webinars into a paid membership, which didn't have so many members, to be honest. And I thought, what a waste to have all this great content hidden from the public. So before Christmas 2015, I had the idea, what if I gave people access to 12 of my best masterclasses and they would get free access over the 12 days of Christmas, which is an American concept. In Iceland, we have 13 days of Christmas,
Yeah.
and in other countries, I think they have only 3 days.
Yeah.
But it just made sense to have 12 master classes for free for anyone to watch. All these master classes were pre-recorded, so I didn't have to sit down and record them. They were already there, but I had 70 master classes by then, so I could choose
Yeah.
the best ones. And then people got access to one master class a day. 1,000 people signed up for the first version. And this was so much fun. And I realized also, oh, actually, this is a great way for someone to get to know me, see if they like me, and see if they would like to work with me. So it had a win-win situation. I was also able to introduce some programs after this. But I really just enjoyed doing it. And business is so serious
Yeah.
all the time. But around Christmas, I can put on a Christmas hat. I can, have a very festive language in my copy. It just became this thing that I'm looking forward. So I decided to do it again. I had 2,000 signups the following year and then 3,000. And last year was the ninth year of doing this. And we had 30,000 people
Yeah.
sign up. So over the years now, 90,000 women have enjoyed 12 days of masterclasses. Uh, Meanwhile, we do them live. That almost happened by accident. I wasn't happy with the masterclasses that I had. And I said, I can't give people something that I don't think is my best work. So I decided to come up with brand new master classes, and time ran out for me because I kept on procrastinating recording them. I like to record with a live audience. And in this case, I would have had to record without a live audience. And I said, that's not the same thing. So I decided to do them live. And then last year, of course, I had to do them live again. And this year, I will, of course, do them live again. I have completely rethought the master classes. There are some winners. Over the years, I've realized there are master classes that I want to bring back again and again. I
Mhm.
do always update them. There is always some changes, new insights. The world is constantly changing, as we know. And so I always update them, but I also always bring some new topics that I didn't have before that I think are a great fit. And the idea is that everyone can find something that they like. I think of those who are starting out, so there are master classes for those. I think of those who have started, but maybe are not making 50K or 100K yet.
Yeah.
And then I think of also those who are maybe over six figures or even multiple six figures, and they would like to peek behind the scenes of my business and hear how I really was able to build a multiple seven-figure business in the last 11 years.
Exactly. And I'm so glad that you mentioned the fact that it's actually appropriate for people on different levels of business. Like from my side, guys, you know me that like you've been watching me many years. And for those who just meet me, like this success didn't come overnight. Like I've been watching your masterclasses every single year and I know you for 8 years nearly. Oh my gosh, I can't believe it's so long. And it's so funny because each year I kind of feel there were some masterclasses that were the same, but each year they were also new. And it feels like even though I'm in the business for so many years, each year I get so many insights. It's like this business constantly changes. Like online business evolves. We know that it had like a huge breakthrough during pandemic. Like many people jumped on board, so it's getting harder and harder to actually jump on. But this wave is constantly growing. When you're looking at those master classes, and we know it's like a history of 10 years, my gosh, consistency, right? Everybody talks about consistency like 10 years. When you look at those topics, do you see that there are some that are like constantly there? Because obviously AI is a new thing, but there are some that we can see that constantly go back. In a way, they're like a best thing to
Yeah.
see every year.
Well, I think how you build a business does not fundamentally change. And I think people sometimes run too much after shiny objects instead of focusing on some business fundamentals.
Yeah.
And I, through all my teachings, everything I do, my content and my programs, I focus on fundamentals. And then, of course, I tell you what's the trends and this is working in marketing. And marketing is, if everybody's doing one thing, then at some point people get tired of it and it doesn't work anymore. But underlying business, the principle don't change. You need to figure out what problem you want to solve. Your ideal client needs to be aware of this problem and they want to have it solved and they're willing to pay for it.
Yeah.
This is a fundamental business thing. And even that, some people need a refresher. People who have been 10 years in business sometimes need to actually watch a masterclass on this topic and realize, ooh, I think I've gone too broad. Yeah, this is very normal in entrepreneurship. We keep on creating new stuff and new stuff and new stuff, and we realize we lost our focus. And then we come to a masterclass that some people think is only for beginners, but if you just take the time and also go to those masterclasses and you realize, I think actually I should narrow my focus. I'm all over the place. Maybe there are some programs I should stop selling and come up with some new ones. And I need to redefine my ideal client. Things like that. There are just fundamentals in business. There needs to be people out there that are willing to pay for what you want to offer. This is never going to change, and therefore we need to repeat this every single time. I see a lot of entrepreneurs lose focus. They want to solve many problems and two big problems, and therefore their marketing is very all over the place. I call it spaghetti marketing, hoping that something sticks and nothing sticks. So it's bringing also people who've been in business for a while a little bit back into your area of expertise. Remember, you can't be known for 10 things. You can only be known for one. And then, of course, AI. Yeah, I love how AI has come to the scene and made our life in a way easier. Of course, there will be challenges and who knows where this leads us to. But me talking to ChatGPT or Claude or Perplexity, I am loving those conversations. As soon as you put in quality, you can get out quality. If you put in crap, you get out crap.
Yeah.
The AI masterclass I did last year was very popular. Therefore, I had even requests from people to bring it back. So yeah, but it's fully updated because a lot has changed in 12 months. And then mindset. You know, let's say you have the right strategy, you have the right support. Maybe you're even in a wonderful paid program and you have a great coach.
Yeah.
This part is not screwed on right somehow. You have some limiting beliefs. Uh, you think you're not good enough, that you're not educated enough, you don't have enough certifications, blah, blah, blah. Or there's so many people doing the same thing as you. Like we have all kinds of weird stories in our head. And therefore, I always have a dedicated mindset masterclass because if we don't work on our mindset, the rest will not work either. You could have all the right things in place, but if this part is holding you back, therefore, my goal is to make sure that throughout the 12 days of masterclasses, we're going to address little mindset challenges every single day, but then there's a dedicated mindset masterclass as well.
Yeah, exactly. And Sigrun, I've got just this last question because there are many people asking me, why would you see them like next year and the year again? And I'm like, I constantly learn something. And that's this muscle of being in online business. You just accept that there's always something new, something to refresh. And also the old stuff. It's nice to go back to the fundamentals because you sometimes forget. And I'm the one that does that very often. But I'm thinking, we've got so much content online now. It seems that everything you can find on YouTube, everything you can find, there's like Google bar, and then you find everything. But yet those master classes are so like I would say successful, but they are so like enticing. For me, it's just this atmosphere. We're doing that together. You're doing that live, guys. That's like a, every day make a live during Christmas. Like that's crazy. I don't know what's your drug, Sigrun, I want it. But
Yeah.
like, and there's this atmosphere. When you look at it, like, what do you think is the secret? Because I see my community, my business besties, my buddies, and all those, ladies that were just like, oh, what's this online business thing now coming? Like, Agnieszka, can you recommend somebody to work with? Because I really want to do that. They're all into those master classes. But when you look from the perspective, what do you think is the secret of those 12 days of master classes? There are like thousands of people coming, watching them every year. That's such a treat.
Well, now it's been when you do something for 9 or 10 years, the word gets out.
Yeah.
The reputation of the master classes is very high. We got multiple testimonials that people feel it's worth more than €1,000. Some call it like a mini MBA. Look, if you really want to learn a lot about online business, attending those 12 master classes in the right order. The order is very thought through as well. Um, you get a whole course in 12 days that you could go out there to someone and maybe you do a 3-month course and you have to pay $1,000 or more to get the same kind of content. So, and the value is again in the community, like each masterclass leads to some sort of reflection, aha, breakthrough. And when I started to do the masterclasses live instead of recorded, I could tailor always my next
Yeah.
masterclass based on the breakthroughs and questions and insights. So I always start with each masterclass. What did people learn from? Because when you sleep on something and it kind of is bubbling in your head and you come back and you're like, oh, I had this epiphany and this insight. And when you reflect on things together, there is this collective learning in the group. So somebody else's insight becomes your breakthrough.
Yeah.
This was not possible when they were all pre-recorded and people were just watching on their own and there was no community. And now with the live element, I really do not prepare the masterclass of next day until the day before is finished because I am so tuned into now, of course, I know what I'm teaching. And as I said, some of the master classes exist year after year, but I go in and say, what do people need from me now? What can I add? What can I take out? What is missing here? And therefore, this is the highest quality learning you can have because even if you buy a paid program, the instructor cannot react to everybody's thoughts and feelings in a moment like the 12 days of masterclasses can.
Exactly. And thank you for sharing that, Sigrun. I can only attest to that, guys. I've been with Sigrun for so many years. There's this vast library of all the content in the world that you would need in a business, but nothing would replace like Sigrun's energy. Sometimes it's just a matter of like being there live with all the people, just like, and having like this inner decision of, shit, I need to do that. Like I'm postponing that and postpone later, later. And then you finally sit down and do that. There's this magic of this energy, especially the Sigrun, you emit this energy of like, let's get shit done. Let's not wait yet another year. And just for the wrap up of our, interview, I would just ask you, Sigrun, like, I know you're really like strong and I love this quote, tough love. There is this term that we use in our community that sometimes you need this gentle kick in the butt to finally do shit. And I'm just thinking, Sigrun, like, how does 12 days of masterclasses, tie into your mission? Because there's this big mission and then you chunked it up to actionable steps and you're like this living example that it's just like, I want to have this mission, but things won't get done until they get done and you just do them.
Yeah, so of course, the 12 days of masterclasses, you're not going to build a business in 12 days. But I hope by attracting so many people, and last year we had 30,000, let's see how many sign up this year, that people walk away feeling like, wow, something has changed. Even if it's just one masterclass, even if it's just one breakthrough or insight, and I know there will be more than that, but even if it was just one, that their life is changed. And even if they decide not to work with me later on or anything like that, like I have had impact. It has a ripple effect. If I can inspire one person to change their life or do something they couldn't do before, go out of their comfort zone, that will inspire other women. And so if I think about these 90,000 women that have attended in the last years, the ripple effect is massive. If each person touches just one person, then we have 180,000. But if each person touches 10, then we have 900,000 women impacted. And that just gives me goosebumps. And this is not something you can do so much with paid programs. That's why I do this for free. Every year, we ask ourselves, should this be a paid event? Because it's so valuable and people have told me it should cost money, but then I cannot have the impact I want to have.
Yeah, exactly. Thank you so much for that, Sigrun. And thank you for doing that. Like, guys, you know me, you know my business, so you probably can see the results. So I'm like a living testimonial to how it is to work with you and how the effect is ripple. But there also, you can take a look at all the guys that I actually took. Hey, I need to see those master classes. There are architects like Agnieszka and Bartek. There are crafters that created their businesses that surpassed my business way over in 2 or 3 years. Like magic is happening when people not only make use of those 12 master classes, but then also continue with going deeper and deeper into working in this online business machine. And thank you, Sigrun, for what you're doing. Like I really feel part of this community, like that's very important for me, but also part of some kind of bigger movement. There are more and more women doing business from their, sleeping place or from their living room with all those kids running around, with all the problems that could become the perfect excuse, but yet they become the motivator. So thank you for your work, Sigrun, and thank you for, having this moment to chat with us. I'm so glad that I could recommend all those 12 days of masterclasses. And guys, just check for the link somewhere here. You're going to find the link to get there, to sign up there with Sigrun. It's not coming directly from me, but it's coming from Sigrun. So just look for the link that I recommend for you to sign up and take the best use of those masterclasses. Thank you for today, Sigrun.
Thank you. Thank you for having me. And I just maybe want to add at the end, like the world seems like a very uncertain place right now.
Yeah.
There's a lot of things happening all over the world, and there is advancement in AI, and we don't know where is that heading. We have some political shifts that seem a bit scary. A lot of other things, economic uncertainty. But there's one thing that's certain is that we need to take control of our own lives. And women in particular, we need to learn how to lead our lives, and being financially independent, learning how to do that is the biggest control you can have in your life. with everything going on, this becomes an even bigger mission for me.
Yeah, that's exactly that. Like, I totally attest to that. Like, online business changed my life, changed my business, changed the way I approach my family, my relationships, my friends. Like, that became a game changer. So I wish that to every woman out there, just check it out for yourself. You cannot go back from that. Thank you so much for today, Sigrun.
Thank you for having me.